Man Utd stream. Hope you're doing well. It's Wednesday morning, and what a show have we got in store for you today. It's going to be a big one. There's so much to discuss. I'm not quite sure whether we even can squeeze it into the 10-minute slot we've got. But anyway, we will try like always. But before we kick off today's show, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody out there that's been supporting the channel over the last couple of weeks. We've had a huge response and lots of subscribers, lots of people joining the channel and becoming part of this fast growing community. So thank you very much to everybody out there that's been just supporting this channel. It means a lot to everybody who's running the channel behind the scenes, so thank you very much. Now, before we kick off today's show, like always, please hit that like button on this video, and if you're not already a subscriber to the Man Utd Stream channel, hit that subscribe button so you can become part of this fast growing community, and of course you can keep up to date with everything going on at Man Utd. So let's jump straight into today's show, and it of course is about Rúben Amorim and the success he's had in the last couple of games. Now, look, is it a fluke? Is it not? There's people getting carried away thinking that we could, have a title run. We could go and win the FA Cup and things like that. Then there's reports that United board have sat down with Rúben Amorim and told them what they expect from this season, what they expect from him and his team. Now, I believe that these are just rumours. I'm sorry, I'm going to burst the bubble of everybody out there who's reporting this. These are just rumours. It's not suddenly where the board sit down with Rúben Amorim and change the criteria just because they've won a couple of games. That's not how things work, unfortunately. And they're not very reactive. The board have already set their targets for Rúben Amorim. They assess it over the long term, not just simply after a game or two and then suddenly, oh right, okay, we're gonna set you some more targets and this is what you're gonna need to do. You're gonna have to qualify for the champion. They've already done that. They've already set their target for this season. Before the season starts, they sat down with Rúben Amorim. They've discussed what would be the best case scenario. Where would they finish? They're not stupid. They're not stupid. The board and Ineos know that we finished 15th last season. So to make a huge jump and finish in the Champions League spot is probably the best we could do. Is it possible? Of course it is. Of course it is. With the current team and the way we're cooking, it is possible. But that's not something that the board realistically are looking at. They know that it's going to take time to slowly progress up the table. And hopefully, who knows? I personally think we will end up in the Champions League spots. I think we are cooking. And if we carry on like this, under Rúben Amorim, under the new way of playing. Now, many people have argued that there is no change to Rúben Amorim's system. He's not changed anything. It's exactly as it is, but the team have just started playing. But no, that's not really true. There are some tweaks that he's made. If you're looking at this very carefully, if you watch a few analysis of the team and how they've been playing, there are certain tweaks. Yes, they are doing what he has been trying to get them to do for a long time. But Rúben Amorim has made a few tweaks to players and the way they are approaching their game. It is true. It is true. You cannot deny that. You cannot say that suddenly this team has clicked into what they're meant to be doing. He's tweaked a few things. We are playing longer balls. So since Senny Lemons has come in, there's one obvious thing that we're doing, which is we're not playing the short football. So he's not passing it to the centre-backs and centre-backs passing it out to the wingers. He's going direct, and we are more direct as a team. We are playing more direct football. Hence why we had Arne Slot complaining about it, because he wasn't expecting that. He was expecting a United team to turn up and try and play that short passing football from the back through the middle, and that's how we were playing before he made these slight little tweaks with United, and it's made all the difference. Now, if you're a football analyst, of course, you will know this, that he's made a few tweaks. I'm not saying he's made wholesale changes. I'm not saying that he's completely changed his system and formation, but what he has done has started to work. That's the difference. So look, overall, United are playing good football, but I don't want to get carried away, and I don't think many Man United fans should get carried away. We need to keep our feet on the ground. We've been here, done it before, where we think we've turned a corner and boom, we fall flat on our faces. So let's keep everything down to a level. I know it's really difficult not to get excited. Even I'm watching it, and I love watching United in the last couple of games. I've been thinking, wow, this team could actually cook and we could actually go on and chase the Premier League title. But I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. Arsenal are way ahead, and there's other clubs before us. We're currently in 6th. So we need to keep level-headed and we need to take a game at a time. Do not get carried away and do not let other fans let you get carried away as well. We need to keep our heads. We need to keep our heads and understand that this team is still a team in transition. This team is still got players that we're not 100% satisfied with. Everyone is in agreement. Players like Dalot shouldn't really be playing for United. He's a weak link. There's other players that you could also question whether we could improve on them and bring in better players. So look, January transfer window is going to be huge. We're being told that Rúben Amorim has a budget of around 100 million to go out there and get a new midfielder or couple of midfielders, depending on how much we get these midfielders for. So Rúben Amorim, of course, the positions that he will reinforce, we're being told, is midfield and wing-back positions. Them are the two positions that they'll be looking at very closely. And, of course, there'll be a centre-back possibly as well, if we can afford them. This is all speculation, by the way. Okay, so just take this with a pinch of salt. This doesn't mean that United are going to go out there and sign 3 or 4 players over the January transfer window. It's very unlikely. I think United will have 1 or 2 key players in mind and they're going to go after them. It's very difficult to go and get big name signings in the January transfer window. It doesn't really happen. Everyone knows United's secret, which is that they're going to be looking for a midfielder. So they're going to try and pull our pants down like they always do. So we need to be careful. We need to play them at their game. So maybe not try and sign the most obvious player like Adam Wharton, because I think Crystal Palace, number 1, will be very reluctant to let him go because their squad is pretty light this year and they probably will not be able to find a replacement in the January transfer window. So they probably think, no, we're not going to sell him. So we don't want to be chasing Adam Wharton throughout the January transfer window, not having any success. So we do need to be looking at a player that's available. That's my issue. I really want to go with someone who we can get in straight away without any drama. That's the problem with January transfer windows. You haven't got enough time. You haven't got enough time to have all this drama and a transfer saga. You need to go in, get your man and bring him to the club. Boom. It needs to be done quickly. Let us know in the comments below what you think about Adam Wharton. Let us know in the comments below who you think we should be signing in the January transfer window. And let us know about what your expectations are of Man United this season right now. Having seen what they've done to Liverpool and seen what they've done to Brighton, what do you think? Are your expectations still the same? Do you still expect United to finish in the top half, maybe in the Champions League spots? Are those realistic expectations? Or do you feel that United have got a chance to go and make a title charge, maybe even finish top 2, 3? That is a big one. It's a big one, but who knows? And what about the rest of the competitions? What about FA Cup? Do you think United could go and win that as well? These are massive questions. Whatever your expectations are of Man United this season, let's just simply not get carried away. We've got Nottingham Forest next, and it's going to be a tricky one. It's not going to be easy. Nottingham Forest will be out to play and impress their new manager, and we need to ensure that there's no bounce back for Nottingham Forest. We need to go out there and actually put in another. Every game with United is a big game. There is no game that United are involved in that's not big. Every game that United are playing is going to be big, one after the other. We've got Spurs as well. We've got some huge games coming up, and we cannot wait for that. So make sure, guys, you hit the like button on this video. Make sure you subscribe. You are watching the Man Utd Stream channel, a channel by the fans for the fans.